He forgot what it's like to be a redneck.
You think I lost my redneck?
Yeah, you're slipping.
How about this?
Oh, hey. What are you doing, Will?
Oh, you don't think I'm a redneck? I'm fixing to go crazy redneck up in here. How about this, huh? Redneck enough?
That's where I come from. A clip from the hit reality show Duck Dynasty, which follows a wealthy, eccentric Louisiana family. The show recently inspired a school-sponsored Redneck Day at an Arizona high school as part of their prom week festivities. Well, students were encouraged to dress up and, like those stars and spoof them. But now that district is in hot water. The Department of Education launching an investigation asking if Redneck Day violated civil rights and created a racially hostile environment after one student showed up wearing a Confederate flag as a cape, oddly enough. All right, Alan Colmes is the host of The Alan Colmes Show. Mike Gallagher is a syndicated radio host and Fox News contributor. You're already chuckling, both of you.
Alan has no idea what Duck Dynasty is. This New York liberal does not watch Duck Dynasty.
I'm from the South. I'm the South Shore of Long Island.
You don't watch.
They don't call you rednecks there, do they?
And there's no Confederate flags.
All right, well, listen, I do understand that the student, he was wearing it as a cape. He did take it off as soon as he was asked, but there was a complaint, and now the feds are investigating, Alan.
Well, it's a civil rights issue. Department of Education has a civil rights division, and I know this is going to drive my good friend Mike crazy that the government's getting involved, but, they'll investigate whether there are civil rights issues that are being violated. I mean, it's not a huge deal, I guess, but
this is use of taxpayer money and time of these investigators. I mean, it's a federal agency.
Well, should there be any recourse if someone feels that they are discriminated? No. There should not be any recourse.
You know what? I feel offended. Will somebody investigate on my behalf? I'm offended that somebody's offended. I mean, here's what I love. I wait for the time when one story will tell the American people enough already. Let's see here. Benghazi, the Obama administration said...
that's a phony scandal.
Nothing to see here. Right, phony
scandal.
4
dead Americans.
But that was not a scandal.
IRS leaks, nothing to see here.
That was not a scandal because we found out that progressive groups were involved, too.
But Alan, we've got an investigation because a kid wears a Confederate flag to Redneck Day, a federal investigation, and yet we've heard Eric Holder say over and how about the Black Panthers, Alan, at the intimidating voters in Philadelphia?
With the Black Panthers.
Nothing to see there.
That 12-second video that got played over and over again about something that happened during the Bush administration.
Well, this was
happened during the Bush administration.
But there were decisions made about that case post-Bush.
Yes, but you keep bringing this stuff back.
But it's a point. It's a point that there's a lack of priorities.
I feel with Republicans like being married to somebody who brings stuff up that happened 30 years ago. I mean, you keep bringing up this Black Panthers, which is a small, insignificant group. And by the way, not one complaint. Nobody complained about having their rights violated on that Black Panther.
Redneck Day was back in May. By my calendar, we're almost into August. I mean,
we are almost into August. But evidently, it was enough to upset at least one person who lodged a complaint. Now, the principal says no offense was intended. It was supposed to be fun. This show's very popular. Where do you draw the line?
Well, I can see both sides. I can see the point. Oh, is it too much government? But all right, so what attempt for redress does one have? What opportunities for redress does one have? If you truly feel that, to some people, the Confederate flag really does represent discrimination.
But what should the resolution be then?
That's the question. What should the remedy be?
Should the kid go to jail? Should the school be fined? I mean, what's going to happen if they find that there's some kind of culpability?
Maybe you take a course and maybe you get a little education. But look, you want to talk about waste of taxpayer money. Your side has tried to overturn the Affordable Care Act 38 times. That's a big waste of time. How many times are you going to... Who said insanity is doing the same thing over and again, expecting a different result?
The remedy. I know the remedy should be they ought to force the people who are upset to sit down and watch an episode of Duck Dynasty. They'll fall in love with it.
They will fall in love with it.
That's where I come from. That's cool. It's a great show. Now, he doesn't know, but it's a great show. Alan
would love it. If he gave it a try,
5 minutes.
He would.
I'm on Bravo a lot.
Yeah, I bet you are.
I don't think we're going to see Duck Dynasty on Bravo. I mean, I don't know. But at the end of the day, when there's so much about, government shortages, we don't have money, sequestration, and we won't even get into the budget battles that are coming.
Stop spending time investigating Benghazi. Stop spending time trying to overturn the Affordable Care Act.
Why should you stop spending time investigating Benghazi when there are 4 dead Americans? Why would you say that?
The 4 dead Americans, sad and tragic as that is not a scandal.
But wouldn't you want to know if there was a way to have saved them and prevent this from happening to another diplomatic outpost?
Don't invade Libya in the first place, as Dennis Kucinich has said, so you create a vacuum where there's no government and the bad guys get in. Don't invade foreign countries.
I don't know how we got from Redneck Day to Dennis Kucinich.
Well, because you got to bob and weave on stuff
We've covered a lot of ground
here. The big picture, from A to be. The big picture here is that there's a lack of priority with this Obama administration, and frankly, I think the bigger story is a federal investigation because one person was offended that a kid unwittingly wore a Confederate flag.
This does not go as high as Obama or Eric Holder, and you want to pin everything on the president. This probably would have happened regardless of who was president.
Well, this is Department of Education, but you know, we covered earlier this week, and we have talked about, the three of us, about this case where the DOJ has said no funding for this group in Louisiana, where youth group has voluntary prayers and mentions God. When you hear things like that, people think, is that really what they have the time and money to be doing, going after these kids?
It's a total overreach. It's another example of trying to go too far. And honest to goodness, I really think they lose any support, any public support when they overreach.
But here's the problem. Overreach, you go after the president and this administration for every minor little thing. That's overreach. And overreach by people like Darrell Issa is what gives him a lack of credibility.
Minor.
And he goes
you
after
call Benghazi minor. I mean,
gotta leave it there.
All right,
Love
Duck
you both.
Dynasty.
Love you. See you soon. We're getting you the DVDs. The first couple episodes.
Next
first
week,
couple
Honey Boo
seasons.
Boo. Let's do Honey Boo Boo next
Oh,
week.
no.
Come on.
Okay. Honey Boo Boo coming up on America Live. No.